Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Razel Dazel. I decided I'm just going to make a day of it, and we're just going to talk about crochet and a bit of Leslie's mind, I suppose. You know, just kind of the things that I'm thinking about. But I did manage to make some horns for my dragon that I'm working on. He's gonna be so cute. So I got these little horns that we're gonna have to sew them on. But yeah, so he can look more like a dragon. And I made a bunch of these to make little spikes. So I think I'm gonna do spikes down his back or something to make him more reptilian like. So yeah, but I've been thinking about making a crochet kit. And I went to Joann's. I just got back from Joann's. It's like an hour drive. It's like a 30-minute drive there and a 30-minute drive back. And I got there an hour early. So I decided to wait because I got there at 9 o'clock, but I guess they're not open till 10 in the morning. And I worked on my project. I have a crochet project in my car. So if, I'm waiting in my car, I get out my crochet project and I'm trying to make a bath towel out of cotton and it's viscose. It's a mix of cotton and viscose. And I got it with my free points from Hobie. You get points when you buy stuff and then you get free stuff. And I got like a bunch of this yarn that's cotton and viscose, but it's out in my car. And anyways, so I was working on that because I was like, I've never made a bath towel out of that type of material, and would it be better, than a regular terry cloth bath towel? It'll probably take me 105 years to get it done. It's okay. My daughter will inherit it and she'll have to finish it for me. It'll just go down the generations. But it got me thinking about a small crochet kit for beginners. And I think a washcloth would be perfect to do as a beginner, something easy, but easy can be pretty complicated. That's how I am. I'm like, oh yeah, that's easy. Just do color changes and, you know, every other stitch is different, like a moss stitch. That's what I'm doing with this bath towel. I'm doing a single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet. And I'm color changing each stitch. That's why it takes a long time. And I have a lot of this, the K&C cotton. I mean, not a lot, but I got these. And they're probably not, I don't know if they're going to make this anymore. I mean, we got the big twist, but this is like the luxury brand. I don't know if they're going to bring this back or not. I don't know. I've never even worked with this. I saw the review from Tony Lipsy. She did a review on it and it was pretty good. So that's why I got it, because it's 100% cotton. Yeah, 100% cotton. And all these different colors. And they didn't have any more. I went back to Joann's. I got some of the Bernat yarn and a couple things of the Big Twist and some Lion Brand, because I can't seem to stay out of trouble. But I thought washcloths. I don't know how, where to start with this. But I was thinking, I have all of these. I love organza bags. These are like my favorite. I love them so much. And I have all different sizes. But I thought, wouldn't that be a nice little crochet kit? And of course, I'd have to have, all of them would have to have a crochet hook, a needle, and maybe even stitch markers. Of course, I don't use stitch markers that often. I do. I use them, just not very often on some of the harder things. And then, of course, the yarn, and I'd have to have the instructions and pictures. So, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, it's so easy to make a crochet kit for a washcloth that I want to have 3 different colors and I don't know if I kind of want to mix. So, I mean, I'd probably have to make one and see, because I kind of want to mix colors. I love colors. I don't want to just keep it, one color. And I want each one to be different, because when I make something, they're all different. I make sure it's different. I don't want somebody getting the same thing. I hate that, because when something's homemade, it's unique, and it should just, every item should be different. A different color, or, Yes. So, I don't know if we're getting this brand back. And I have quite a few of those, but okay. So, the Happy Place yarn compared to so this is 50% cotton, 50% wool. And it's very soft, and you can make washcloths with that. Now, it has wool in it, so I mean, if you're allergic to wool, maybe not a good idea. But I love it. You can do anything with it. I made a apron shawl thing. I've made stuff with these. I made my owls out of this. And it's super soft. And I mean, it's about the same as this, except, you know what I mean? Like, the thickness is real close to the same. I think the Happy Place might be just a little bit thinner, but it's so soft. It's a lot softer, because this is 100% cotton, and this is 50% cotton and 50% wool. But you can make washcloths with it, and it's my luxury line. This is what I go for my luxury. Like, yeah, I keep it like it's a museum. And even the K&C had the alpaca mix. I think they were trying to copy her. But she came out with this line with the apricity line with the alpaca. And it's so soft, very dreamy, and it holds like its shape, and it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but I know this is a better quality. I'm sorry, but it is better quality. Yeah. So anyways, I'm thinking about doing washcloths. Kind of like in a moss stitch, except you do single stitch, half double crochet, and you just keep doing that while you're color changing. Because I would want 2 colors in the main washcloth, and then some type of a border around it in a different color, doing the picot or picot. Is that what they call it? Picot? Is it French? I say picot. You can say picot. And I'm like, okay, how many of these do I have? This is all I got of the K&C cotton. I don't know how many kits I'm gonna make. Oh, and I got a couple of these solid black too. So I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. I got 20. I got 20 balls of the 100% cotton in the K&C. And here's the thing too. I just want, enough yarn to make a washcloth. And I'm going to use 3 different colors. So, yeah, I really got to think about this. See, and I got some that are variegated. I got Joshua Tree. I was really excited about that Joshua Tree. I thought that was really pretty. And I was trying to find colors to match it. I thought I had more of these, but I guess not. I guess that's all I got. Got a couple of these blues because I was trying to kind of match it. So I got 20 of those. And I kind of wanted to mix it with the Happy Place because I don't think 20 balls is going to be enough to do. I mean, I don't know, unless I only do like 5 or 6 kits or something. But I wanted to do more than that. Decisions. And of course, it's a proto, so I have to proto. See, I think I might got some loose ones back there. Yeah, see, this one's no, that one's a full one. I know I had some loose ones. Here's a loose one in the dark blue. I don't know. I'm so picky about my colors. I thought about maybe starting with a variegated, but I know it's got yellow in it. And I think that yellow would match really good with this. And go yellow. thinking a washcloth for easy crochet projects that you have to color change on every single stitch, because we have to make easy things extremely complicated. It'll give you an idea of, you know, how easy and complicated really do go together. I really like this yellow. I was trying to figure out if I had any hiding back here. See, I kind of have my colors mixed. Obviously, I really like the yellow. Well, we're just gonna, you know, I'm gonna steal this yellow. We're breaking it out. We're breaking out the yellow. And it'll soften it, you know, since it's got the wool, it's gonna soften the washcloth when you mix it with the 100%. I don't know. We're gonna test it out. But I wanted to do 3 different colors. So maybe we'll do this with this one's called Gulf Side. Gosh, it's been so long since I've been on Hobie. But this is melange. So this was the melange line. But it's this really pretty yellow color, and it's melange. So maybe we'll do these 2 together for the washcloth, and then do the green in the border. It's going to be really sad when I have to pull it all apart to see how much, to measure how much yarn I needed to make it. I'm going to have to tear it all apart and put it all back together again. So with the moss stitch, you usually do single crochet in 1 stitch and then a double crochet, but I'm doing the half double, and that's how I'm doing it on my bath towel project that I'm doing in my car. So we're just gonna have to see how it goes. And I use a 3.5 millimeter hook. That's what I am always comfortable with, and you'll always see me using a 3.5. This one says to use 3.75 millimeter, but I like to go smaller because I like my stitches tighter. I don't like them loose. So it's recommended 3.75, but I'm using 3.5. I always use 3.5 just on about everything. Just very comfortable with it. See, I wonder what. And this is recommending a 5 millimeter. But it just depends on if you want it loose or tighter. and I go tighter with smaller hooks. That's just me and my crazy brain. That's what I do. But yeah, I got there an hour early at Joann's, so I just waited out in my car and was working on my bath towel. It doesn't look like a bath towel right now, but see, and I want my washcloth to be a big size. Cinnamon Stitches was talking about washcloths, and me too. We all do it. We like to have big washcloths, especially like when you have menstrual cramps and stuff. You know, I like to put it on my stomach. Keeps my stomach warm and stuff. It just feels nice. Six, 7, 8. So that's 25 right there. That's 30. Let's go with 35. That's a pretty good size. 35 chains to start. And this is the variegated Joshua Tree in the K&C brand. And then I am going to mix my yellow. So what I do is at the end of this loop, I'm just going to add this color in here. I just tie a knot. Maybe I'll triple it just to make sure. I mean, we're gonna weave it in and everything too. When we get to that point. I know, it's like I was working on dragons. Now I'm like, hey, let's do this washcloth business here. Okay. So you would get an idea how to do color changes. And you can pick which color you want for your stitch, and it kind of helps you to remember. So let's do half double with the Joshua Tree color. and then we'll do single in the yellow, and that'll be for every stitch. And when you do the color change, you just, how I do it is I keep this on top of my crochet hook so it'll get weaved in, and then we'll change. Do a half double. Oh, my doggy. And then we'll do single crochet. Half double. Color change. And then we'll do single. So you have to have a lot of patience to do this type of a pattern. And it's not hard. It's not complicated. It just takes forever. So it'll probably take, I don't even know how long. A long time. It's going to take a long time making this dishcloth. It'll be $100 dishcloth by the time we're done. For reals. Doing a color change on every single stitch and a different stitch, going back and forth. Easy, but pretty insane. Yes, it is. One of a kind washcloth. And I want to do them like all different colors, that way nobody has the same one, you know, at least all the colors are different. So it makes you really stop and think about every single stitch you do. It makes you think, oh, hey, is this a single crochet? Or is this the half double? And if you mess it up, you can always pull it out and redo it. That's the good thing about crochet. You can fix it if you mess up. Because we are going to have this perfected, the perfect dishcloth. It would make a really nice gift. Maybe with a really fancy bar of soap. Some Tipsy Goat soap. Which reminds me, I should put some of that lotion on. My Tipsy Goat lotion. I love it. It's wonderful. It's the best lotion ever. So yeah, I did a chain of 35, and now we're color changing every stitch, doing half double on this variegated Joshua tree color, and then I'm doing a single stitch in this, I think it's ochre, I don't know, I could be wrong, this yellow ochre color. But it's melange, so I would have to look it up because there's two different ones. There's solid and then there's melange. And I think mixing this Happy Place yarn in with the K and C is gonna soften it. It's gonna soften it up. Leslie likes soft. I always use fabric softener in everything. I just like being soft and squishy, you know? And I use Boyd hooks because that's what I always used, I guess. When I first started crocheting as a little kid, that's what we used. We used the Boyd hooks. And that's just what I'm familiar with, and like I've used this hook so much, it's smooth. I got two of them. Two of the same that I use them so much that they're smooth, and the one is actually bent. I actually bent it from using it so much because it's formed to my, what do you call it? Whatever's. Formed to my perfections. I got that sucker formed. Smooth and... So yeah, I use the same old hooks. The older ones, the used ones, are probably better than the new ones because you got this sucker broken in. It is a broken hook. It's smoothed out and the one's bent in a certain way because I've used it. That one's the one that's out in the car. It's actually bent. Just slightly. It's not too bad, but it's just got a slight bend in it. But everybody's different, and I haven't really tried a whole lot of different hooks. I've just always stuck with the Boyd hooks. I do have a really big plastic. I got a couple of plastic ones for the really big, bulky yarns. And then I got the Tunisian crochet hooks. Those are nice. I haven't used those in a while. I was using those to make the scarves for Christmas that I still have and never made it to Ashley's house. I saw on Facebook that she crocheted a outfit for her goose to put out on the porch. So cute. It turned out really good. It looks so cute. So yeah, this is some time consuming stuff here. I'm sitting on my foot. The office chair isn't as comfortable, and I don't really watch how I sit when I'm crocheting. I just kind of got my lazy slouchiness. But there's the first row. So I'm going to do every other. I'm switching my colors. So I ended with the ochre, and then I'm going to go to this Joshua Tree color. So that it's mixed. And you don't have to do that. I mean, if you want to keep it so it kind of still has like a different look to it, but I'm going like, you know, keep the stitches the same, yellow, and then this color here. But I'm going back and forth. I'll switch it all up, which actually is kind of easy because the crochet loops up at the top would be the color that I needed to use, so it's easier for me to keep track. Like, oh yeah, the loops up at the top, that's the color I need. I just have to remember single crochet with this ochre color, half double on this reddish looking color that I'm doing right now. And then we'll have to figure out how many rows. I mean, if we wanted a square, it'd be 30, well, probably 34 rows. And put a really nice border on it. Which I picked this green color. But I don't know. I might change my mind. I might change my mind. We might use a different one. Oh, gotta do half double. See, you get confused and you try and do a single when you're supposed to do a half double, or vice versa. Yeah, vice versa, because now I'm like, oh no, single on this one. Yeah, color change every stitch. You'll probably get frustrated because you have to have a lot of patience with color changes, especially when it's a color change every single stitch. Yeah. Because you got to put that thread down, pick this one up. Remember, it's a half double. And this one's single. And see, I wrapped it because I thought I was doing a half double because I'm so used to. So you gotta be very patient. Wait, no, that's a single stitch. Put that down. Pick this one up. Oh, it's gonna fall. That's okay. This one's a half double. And that one's a single. So yeah, with a moss stitch, it's single crochet and then double crochet. So I don't know. I don't know if this, what you would call this. I'd have to look it up. But I'm doing half double. Gives it texture. Yeah. But you can see I've already been on here for, well, we're going on 43 minutes. I've been on here chit-chatting and starting this dishcloth or washcloth. I mean, it's a washcloth, but you could probably use it for like a pot holder. If you got like a warm plate or something and you want to put this on the bottom, like a casserole dish or something, you could do that so it doesn't burn your table. So yes, the $100 washcloth. That will take forever to make, but super easy to do. It'll be fun because like once you get it done, you're gonna be like, whoa, it took me 8 hours to make this washcloth. It took me all day to make one washcloth. It took me an entire day to make this one washcloth. I could just have somebody make it for me for $10. You start to get the idea. Oh, that's what Leslie's talking about. Yeah. Took me 8 hours to make this washcloth. But that's what I'm talking about, when you're crocheting or sewing, even with the sewing, when you put a lot of time and effort and you're really thinking things out and perfecting it to perfection, it doesn't matter what the item is, it takes forever because it's handmade. Made with your hands, not a machine. And people just, they don't understand. You can't just whip that up. Like, you should be done. It should only take you 2 hours to make that. It doesn't work out that way. Well, can't you just go super fast? Not when you're doing color changes every single stitch and different stitches in every single stitch. You really have to think, because if you mess it up, you mess up the pattern, and you want it to be perfect. I'm on row 3 now. The sad part is I'm going to have to take it all out so I can measure the yarn. So when I make a kit, I know how much yarn I need to have in the kit. Of course, I'd have extra, I'd leave extra just in case. So it wouldn't be, it's not like I'm going to do it super exact. I'm going to leave extra. Nothing wrong with having a little extra. You don't want to cut anybody too short. I don't want to cut nobody too short. They're gonna get what they need to make this washcloth. Could take me a year before I have this crochet kit ready. I gotta write the instructions and type it up on the computer and print it out and probably have a picture. And I'm left-handed, but that don't matter, because you can do this left-handed or right-handed. It's just left people start left to right, and right people start right to left. And it's a simple enough pattern that it's really not gonna matter if you start right to left or left to right. Because you're just doing the same thing over and over and over. This yellow color kind of reminds me of a banana. It's giving me banana vibes. Thinking about some banana nut bread. Or oatmeal with bananas in it. I don't even keep fresh fruit in my house. Usually it's frozen. I made a frozen smoothie a few days ago because it was getting warmer out, and I'm like, I'm gonna make me a fruit smoothie because I got the little kits from Costco where It's just like a package, and you just mix it with like a cup of water and you put it in the blender. They're pretty good. I think it was like dragon fruit. It was the dragon fruit mix. I ordered some apple trees for my backyard. I'm so excited. I finally ordered my trees. So I'm getting apple trees in my backyard. Two of them. The one is Honeycrisp, and the other one is Arkansas black apples. And I got them off of the Stark. I can't wait. I'm super excited. I even know where I'm putting them. I'm putting them in the bottom left corner. That's where I'm gonna plant them. And they're the dwarf size, so the fruit's supposed to grow faster because they're a smaller tree. And I got the fertilizer and the spray, so you won't get no yucky stuff. And it's all natural. It's all natural, so. But it's supposed to help with, you know, you don't want to get worms in your apples. But it's still going to take a while. It's still going to take a few years before I start getting apples. But we go through applesauce a lot. We like our applesauce. We like our apple butter, apple pie. We like our apples. And I'm like, well, yeah, I had to have two different types of trees because they have to cross pollinate or something. They have to pollinate each other. And if you have two of the same tree, like with the Honey Crisp, you can't just buy two of them because they won't pollinate. There has to be like a mixture or something. I don't know. Apple trees are weird. But that's like that with a lot of the different fruits and stuff. So they can pollinate. One time when I was a kid, my parents had a cherry tree out in our backyard. And we waited forever. It's been like years and years and years, and we were like, when are we gonna get cherries off of this cherry tree? Well, there we only got the one cherry tree. There we never got any cherries because there wasn't any other cherry trees around to pollinate with it. So we waited forever thinking we were gonna get cherries and never did. But it was a beautiful tree. It had really pretty white flowers on it. And it was huge. It was a huge cherry tree. No cherries, but it was a cherry tree. So fingers crossed I get some apples. An apple-less apple tree. That'd be bad. Like, when are we gonna get these apples? But I'm excited. And if I have leftover apples, you know, I can give them away to friends and family or take them to the local farmers market that we have here in town. They do that every Saturday morning, which I need to start going over there and seeing what all they got. Now that it's getting warmer outside. I've been down there a couple of times getting some home baked goods, especially cookies. If they have cookies, I'm going down there. So I need to go down there and see what they got at the farmers market. Down by the river. So I have a lot of land. I have grapes. I have grapevines in my front yard. Not a whole lot. I mean, you're not going to make a. I don't even think you could make a jar of jelly. So I have a very small amount of grapes. And they're good. We were biting them off of the vines. They have seeds. They have seeds in them, so you have to spit the seeds out. But yeah, there's not enough to even make any grape jelly. I thought about it. I thought about making some grape jelly, but I'm like, there ain't enough grapes here. I don't know how many grapes you need. You probably need at least a pound, about a pound of grapes to make a little jar of jelly for your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or your little breakfast biscuits. Yeah, I'm like, there's so much stuff to do, and having the time to do it all, especially when you're working full time, sometimes 6 days a week, overtime. No, I'm just gonna relax. I am enjoying my day making dragons and washcloths. Lord knows what else. What else we can get into. But I think I'm gonna have to say that Cinnamon Stitches isn't the only one with ADHD, because I think I got it too. I can never sit still or work on the same project because my mind is just like, and people will be like, "Hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" So I'm like, "Oh, I'll do this." And then somebody will say something, and "Oh, I got to do that." So I'll drop it and I'll do something else, but I have to come back. Sometimes I don't come back to finish, and it just sits there for years and years and collects dust. I do have an air purifier in here. It's a really small one. Sometimes I forget to turn it off or forget to turn it back on, but I have a little air purifier to help with the dust up here. But I need to get another one for downstairs. I think I need to get a bigger one for downstairs to help with the dust because we don't have a regular furnace like other people. We have a boiler that boils the water and it runs through pipes. We have a boiler system. That's what heats the house. There's no central air here, so we are like all natural farmhouse up in here. This used to be a farmhouse built in the 1950s. We have well water, and we do not drink it because it smells. It's got a smell to it. And I even have a water softener to soften the water, but it does not take that egg smell out. And he even went over there and treated it. He put like the little tablets in the water thing to treat it, and it's still, mm-mm. It still has that egg, rotten egg smell because of sulfur. But the kind of salt we get for our water softener is the rust. So we're not supposed to get as much rust, but yeah, it's extremely rusty water. It's like yellow, and But that's why we have the water softener to at least help with that, so I'm not constantly having to clean the shower and stuff because it'll get that rusty grime on it. Well, I'm on the fourth row now. I've been talking for an hour, which seems crazy. It doesn't even feel like it's been an hour. But I've been talking to you guys for about an hour now, and I hope whatever project you're working on, watching me chit chat away, that it's coming out really nice and that you're enjoying your day. And listening to this insane, crazy lady making a washcloth that will take 10 hours to make. But it will make a very nice, personalized gift that you made with your bare hands. And nothing else is going to be like it. Nobody's going to have this washcloth. It's going to be special. It's going to be our favorite washcloth in the entire world. Made with K&C yarn and Happy Place yarn mixed together. Who does that? This crazy lady right here. Yeah, I mix my yarns. It just depends on my mood. Nothing wrong with it. I was mixing my big twist with the Lion Brand Pound of Love, because the Pound of Love, they have different shades of color that are different from the big twist and vice versa, so I get a nice different color pattern. I mean, wouldn't it be wonderful if there was just one yarn that had every little shade known to man? Wouldn't that be nice? But no, it doesn't work that way. And that's okay. You can't have all the colors that you want. Well, you can. You would just have to dye it. You would have to dye it that color. If you're crazy enough to do that. Which I am. I only do it maybe once or twice a year. Like I did it for my socks. I dyed the cashmere yarn for my socks. You want to talk about some time to waste right there. You get something that's hand dyed. I might as well just quit my job, folks. I could get into some serious time-consuming business here. And be like, Leslie, how come your washcloth costs $100? Well, by the time I hand dyed it and did a color change and a stitch change every single stitch, and put a really nice border on it and put my little name tag label on it. By by the time I did all of that, yes, this is gonna be $100. You can't just make that in a couple of hours? Nope. But I'd like to see somebody try. I really would. If you could get this done in 2 hours, I'm gonna have to say you're probably the fastest crocheter in the world. Especially doing color changes. Has to be perfect. Single stitch. And then a half double stitch. And your color changing. If you can do that in 2 hours, I want to see that video. I would watch it till the end, too. I totally would. And it's nice and thick. That's gonna be, it's pretty thick. Yeah, this ain't no rinky-dink washcloth. This is gonna be thick and built to last. Perfect for the kitchen or the bathroom. Perfect for when I have to bring apples in the house to peel them and bake them and mash them to make applesauce or apple butter or pie filling. Yes, yes, yes. You know what, though? I'm debating whether I should pause this. I think so. It's been an hour. I'm going to take a little break and pause this, and hopefully when I unpause it, we can continue. Because I need... Yeah, it's been an hour, okay, of me blabbering my mouth and working on this project, so I'm just going to pause it, and hopefully I can come back. Alrighty, I'll see you in a second. I'm back! So I got one of my chickens down that I got from Twice Treasured. Isn't he cute? She makes all different colors. I got a white one and a brown one, and it's made with this upholstery fabric. And look down at the bottom. She's got her little handmade tag, and it's got this really pretty, like velvety upholstery fabric. But isn't that nice? And I have them in my kitchen, and they are so cute. Like, she did such a good job, and it probably took her forever to make this, and she's selling them for like $25. That's a steal, you know. That's just crazy. I mean, look how detailed he is. He's just so cute. I guess I should call them roosters because it's a rooster. But yeah, she even has pink ones. And I I was like, I'm probably going to end up getting more. I have 3 of them. I mean, I could have a whole family of chickens by the time I'm done. My kitchen with the chickens. But yeah, if you ever go to Twice Treasured in Plymouth, there's two different stores. There's one on Jefferson, and then the other one is by Kroger's. Yeah, they got a lot of cool stuff in there. And I also have my booth at the old store in by the Jefferson Street. That store is a little bit more laid back, you know. It's not as fancy, but the one over by Kroger's, it's like super professional. It's pretty fancy. But they got a lot of cool stuff in there, and it's so nice. I mean, you can get some really good stuff. You know, not all of us are out to make money, and you know, it's for fun instead of buying stuff online and you don't even know what you're going to get, especially when it comes to antiques. I mean, you want to be able to pick it up and see it, especially if it's, you know, damaged and stuff with the antiques. I'm an antique collector. Yeah, I have some pretty fancy dishes. Some super fancy stuffs that I have in my hutch in my dining room. They're, oh gosh, I have to think because it's been a while, but I'll go on eBay and I'll look, and usually about once a year I'll buy a dish to add to my collection. I didn't this year because of obviously I have a yarn problem. They're not too expensive, but some of them can be. Some of the vases are outrageous. But I think the most I've ever paid for the collection I have down there, I paid $60 for a bowl, and I think I've got some vases. I think $60 is the highest I went, but there's a couple of them that are like in the $100 range, and I'm definitely thinking about it, or was thinking about it on a couple of them. They're very rare and hard to find. Yeah. Anyways, we were talking about apples. I went outside and I'm so excited. Usually, when we go to Walmart to buy apples at the store, we get the Fuji, because I like Fuji, or Fuji apples, Fiji. I like those. And the Honey Crisp are like luxury apples. Like once in a great while, I'll go and get the Honey Crisp. They're the most expensive. It's like $6 a pound or something crazy. But they are so good and they never last. Like, we love the Honey Crisp. So yes, I had to have a Honey Crisp apple tree. And then there was one that they were really talking up, is the black apple. The Arkansas black apple. They're like, yes. And I'm like, okay, I've never had those before. So we're gonna do it. They really upped it on that one. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to try it. We'll see, because I've never had that. But as a kid, we always had Red Delicious and Granny Smith. The Granny Smith apples. So I got sick and tired of the Red Delicious. Like, I won't even eat a Red Delicious. I've ate so many of the Red Delicious ones that just my taste buds are like, no, I don't want that. But I still love the Granny Smith, because I thought about getting a Granny Smith apple tree. And then I'm like, well, how many apple trees do I really need? Am I just going to start an apple tree farm here, and work on top of it? No. But yeah, I was to the point where I was thinking about getting 4 trees. I narrowed it down to 2. But yeah. Like, you can't have it all, Leslie. We know you want to get 4 different types of trees. Like, I wanted to get the Fiji or Fuji apples. I think it's Fiji or something. Anyways, I wanted to get that, and I wanted to get the Granny Smith, and I had to make a super hard decision on my apple tree buying for the year. But yeah, definitely check out the Starks website. They have some really nice sales going on. They don't just have fruit trees, they have it, they have everything. They got it all. And they have really good prices. So I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. And I had to get the full size trees because we have people that mow the lawn, and we didn't want them to, we didn't want to risk the chance of them running over one of the baby apple trees because we would have been upset. So we went with the bigger trees that were already full grown, so they don't run them over with the lawnmower. uh, and then they used to have a pear tree, and the old ladies swear up and down that it's still here, and we're like, no, no, we do not have a pear tree. Like, the storm took it out years and years ago. Even when we moved in, they're like, yeah, there's a pear tree out there. I'm like, well, where is it? Because I don't see it. It's not out here. They swear up and down. I'm like, no, it's gone. One of the storms, took the tree out. I've got tons of trees out here, but I'm like, there is no pear tree. This is funny. They like to argue with me too. They're like, no, it's out there. And I'm like, okay, well, when you find it, let me know. Because I was out there searching for it. I'm like, that's not a pear tree. I don't even know what type of tree that is, but it's not a pear tree. Like, it ain't growing no pears. It's just funny. I mean, I'd like to get cherry trees too, but we'll have to save that for another day. We'll just do apples for now. Apples and grapes. You get hungry, you can go out there and pick a couple of grapes off the grapevine. You'll have to fight with the squirrels to get them, because the squirrels are out there. The squirrels and the birds. Lots of birdies and squirrels. I can hear the birds getting into my gutter. I don't know. They're hanging out in my gutters because I can hear them. You hear that ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink. The birds are going in the gutters. Probably nesting up there, which isn't good. But yeah, I need to think about getting bird seed and getting some bird seed out there, or a birdie house or something, or a bird bath. Now that it's getting warmer outside, it's still a little chilly. That's why I put my hat and my scarf back on. It's still a little chilly out there. There's a couple of people roaming around out at the park. They have soccer games that they do out there. They got a baseball field out there. They got pickleball out in my backyard. They play pickleball, which is fun. We love playing pickleball. It's hilarious. I don't know. They probably do some serious tournaments out there with pickleball. They get pretty competitive with their sports. Pickleball. Oh man. Pretty competitive stuff out there. But yeah, we go out there once in a while and play some pickleball or go out for a walk. They have a walking path for people to walk or ride their bikes. So it's really nice. And they have a recreational building where people can work out, and they do craft shows too. And no, I haven't been over there to do a craft. I did one a long time ago. I did a craft show down there when I was a sewer, and I was sewing, and I would make blankets and crayon roll-ups. It was just like a little thing that you put your crayons or your markers in, and you could roll it up and take it on the go for kids that color. I used to sew those. Those were pretty popular. So yeah, I used to be pretty hardcore in the sewing. Yeah, actually worked in the sewing industry with awnings there for a little bit. But you get burned out. So I still have my sewing machines. I just don't like sewing because I've done it so much. Like 15, 20 years of sewing, making prom dresses and wedding dresses, and I would make dresses for Hazel when she was a little girl, little summer dresses and stuff. So yeah, me and Joanne Fabrics, we go a long ways because I would buy all the cute little fabrics and make her these cute little dresses, which is insane, you know, because it takes a lot of time to do that too. So you definitely have to find the time. Can't have the time to do it all. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I got some good sleep today. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning and I'm like, wow, I kind of slept in. Of course, we were watching movies last night. I'm not even sure what we were watching. I was busy making dragons. I don't know what we were watching. We were watching Fantastic Four because my husband's in the Marvel kick, so we've been watching all the superhero movies. Watched Fantastic Four. Oh, he switched it to something else. I can't remember. I think I probably fell asleep. I stayed up till about 10 o'clock last night, and I was up since 3 o'clock in the morning. So, and I was awake, but that's when I started pooping out. I'm like, no, I'm getting tired. Anyways, we should just go through my last Joanne fabric run that I did today and see what I got. They had the big twist yarn, they had the burnout blanket all up front. They had Red Heart and the Karen yarn, which I will not touch. It's just the experiences that I've had with it. Like back in the day, Red Heart was my entire collection. And I just got burned out and so tired of using Red Heart yarn all the time that I said, no, I'm done. I'm not touching it anymore. Nothing to do with Red Heart or the Karen. I'm not too thrilled about the Karen yarn. I'm a little picky. Everybody has their own little, pickiness. So I'm a little picky about that. I'm going to stop here and we'll just see let's see what I got at Joann's. My last goodbye to Joann Fabrics. We love you so much. So sad to see you go. Now we're all going to have to order online and go to Hirschner's. And that's fine. You got to do what you got to do. We'll just get it from Hirschner's. So, I'm a bad girl. Big trouble again. I can't stay out of trouble. I'm like, oh, I have to add to my Bernat collection because it's going to go fast. I went through an entire ball last night and probably going to go through a couple more balls tonight. I needed some more green colors. This one fell out in the dirt when I was trying to bring it in the house because my bags were so full. I got a lot of the Bernat blanket. They had a lot of that. This one's a green called Deep Sea green because I was running out of green colors. I did get red, crimson red. I got a couple of the white colors, the vintage white, because I thought, well, that would be good for dragon horns. Or maybe even if I make a dinosaur and have dinosaur horns. So I got two of those, two of the white. Oh, I guess I got two of the reds too. Yeah, I got two of the reds. And I'm not a red person, like, I don't usually get red, but then I'm like, I need red. So I'm like, I have to get red because we can have a red dragon. I got, this one's tweed woodland, and that one's really pretty. I thought that was interesting. I was like, I don't know, but I really like that. I don't know if I'm going to do that with a dragon or something else, but it's got this orangey brown color. It's really pretty. So I only got a ball because I was like, I don't know, but it's different. Oh, I wonder, yeah, see, I don't know. I can't remember what color this guy is. But this one's a different color. Oh, this is light teal, so it's more of a blue. Maybe it's... No, see, it's not that green either, because this is like a darker green. So I can't find this green color anymore. That's okay. I'll figure something out. So there was some of the Bernat. And then I found this, the Pound of Love And I think Cinnamon Stitches had this that she got Tropical Bloom. So I couldn't help myself. They were selling these for $7.19 a ball. And I just couldn't help myself. And I had to get it. So I got two. I got two of those. Because I was like, those are pretty. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's pretty. They still had the... Oh, look, I did get another one. Did get another one of those. So I got two of those. They did have the big twist there. And I saw this color green, which is really pretty. Jade green. And I thought, well, maybe I had that in my collection, but I don't see it. So, yeah, I don't see it in my collection. Shoot, I should have grabbed a couple more, but I got two of them. So I guess I only got a couple of those. I got more of the light rose, which is what I'm using for the baby doll bassinets. Ooh, yeah. And then I got two of these that are like the 4th of July colors. Red, white, and boom. So yeah, definitely, you know, the 4th of July colors, because I thought, well, that'd be cute if I made a 4th of July dragon. I don't know. We could probably do something like that, but I was like, it's pretty. 4th of July colors. They had quite a bit of that. They have a lot of this burlap blanket yarn, and they have all different sizes. They had the extra, and I think they had one that's like jumbo, like ginormous, which I don't really like to work with the bigger yarns because it hurts my hands. So I'm not big into the big yarns. But they'd probably make some really nice, comfortable blankies for in the winter time. Especially if you're going to put one on your bed as a comforter. You know, that'd be nice. But yeah, I don't work with the big stuff. I tried it once. I made a rug with the big yarn. And I think that's when I was just like, no, never again. Because it hurt my hands so bad. And then I got a bunch of the big twist white. Because they didn't have any when I was there in the past. So I grabbed quite a few of these because all I have is the cream in my collection, and I didn't have any of the regular white. I do have some in the smaller balls because they didn't have. So now I have a lot of white. I got a lot of white now. Quite a few. Yeah, I bought 5 of these because I like to mix the neutral colors. You know. So yeah. That was the end of my collection at Joann's. I'm pretty sure they were pretty empty. I mean, they did have yarn. Of course they did. They had yarn and they had just a little bit of fabric. But it was getting down to the nitty-gritties, definitely. And they were busy, because as soon as the doors opened, people were coming in. Oh, and I can't wait to do something with this. But yeah, I got that reverb. And they don't make it anymore. But wouldn't that be pretty for the fall? They're kind of like fall colors. It's got like a pinkish, reddish, beige color with a little pop of the black. And I'm like, oh, that would be pretty for fall. And this was a long time ago that I bought these because they were on clearance. Because I think they stopped making them. So I got 4 of them because I thought, wow, that'd make a really nice blanket to put on the couch or on the chair, or something to wrap up with when you're outside sitting on the porch. So yeah, that's my prized collection right there. Now I have to make room and reorganize again because I keep buying yarn. Going through my yarn. So everybody's yarn collections are different. Like some people have yarn from everywhere. Like the ice yarns or Hirschner's yarn or the Premier. A lot of people have the Premier yarns. And I've actually worked with the Puzzle Premier when they had it at Walmart. I made a blanket out of that. And it's really nice. But as far as my collection, it's mostly Bernat blanket, which is right over here, and then Big Twist, and I have my Happy Place collection, which I love. That's my luxury. More of the Big Twist. I do have some yarn that I've gotten off of Temu that are pretty luxurious. I got the cashmere, I got some mohair, and then silk. I got silk. Oh yes, it's 50% silk and 50% merino, and I'd like to dye it one of these days. But yeah, one of these days I'm gonna dye it and make something with it. I don't know yet, but it's super soft, and they're like $12.50 on Temu a piece. But it's cool, and it's very thin. It's like very small, like lace. It's the lace weight, so they're super tiny. But I was like, yeah, that would make a really nice shawl, to make a shawl or a wearable. That's definitely wearable material there. I do have some wool and some other little odd things. Yeah, but I guess that's all I have in my collection. That's all I got so far. I guess I'm just really big into the Bernat, Big Twist, and Happy Place. I would like to get into Premier. I would have to get another bedroom for that. We'll just add on the house for. I need to have an addition, okay, in order to have a bigger yarn collection. I mean, I don't want my bedroom here or my craft room so full that I can't function or move around. I think this is good enough, because I want to, like, not only would this be a craft room, but I'd like to get a bed over here so I can have the kiddos spend the night, you know, in the summertime, so they can go to the park and play at the splash pad or the playground or something like that. Just an extra spare bedroom in case somebody wants to spend the night and hang out. Yeah. And then Hazel's got her little desk set up for her Monster High doll stuff, because she like wants to paint and redesign the Monster High dolls. She's hardcore into it. I told her she needs to go on there and be a member, because I'm pretty sure there's a club that's just for Monster High dolls. She's hardcore into it. Ever since she was a kid. She didn't want nothing to do with Barbie, okay? Barbie was not her thing. She wanted Monster High. She wanted the monster dolls. It's cute. They're cute. They're interesting. I got her a couple for Christmas. Not this year, but the last year. I got her a couple of the dolls. And they're expensive. The one was like the first generation, and it was like in the $200 range. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I want to buy this $200 doll. I'm like, that is staying in the box. You are not taking it out. Like, we're going to put that in a glass case with lasers on it, you know. Crazy. Yeah, and then I got her another one that was like a special edition. It was like a vampirilla or a vampire doll, and it was really cool. So I was like, I'll get that one for her too. Yeah, she's big into her Monster Highs. So she does that, and Mommy's just got yarn. I'm in the yarn department. Yeah. I'm just the crazy yarn lady that's gonna make this one of a kind washcloth. It will take the entire day to make this washcloth, and then I have to tear it apart and measure the thread if I'm doing a crochet kit, and try and figure out how to write a pattern. And try and figure out how many crochet hooks I'm going to need to put in each kit, and the needles. And of course, I like this aluminum. I don't do plastic. I do not like plastic needles or hooks. And no. So yeah, it's got to be decent. Especially for a beginner, because you're already going to be struggling enough as it is. You don't need to be using no plastic hooks. That just makes it worse. And then using lotion helps a lot, which is probably what I need to do. I need to put some lotion on. But I use the Tipsy Goat lotion. It's my favorite. That's my thing. Everybody has their own preferences. This is just what Leslie does to enjoy her crochet day. So yes, I better get off of here before I bore you to death with my chit chats. Who knows? Maybe I'll do another video today. I know I did one this morning because I was talking about my dragons and things. I try to make it exciting, but it's not very exciting because it's painstakingly, you got to be very patient, and otherwise I'd have like 500 projects done and ready to go, but no, no, no. Mm-mm. Nope, you are gonna get a beautiful washcloth. Here's how far I am. How many rows am I in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 rows in. And that's how the colors look. Not too shabby. And the colors might change because the one's variegated. So it's pretty. We'll see how it turns out. I think I'm going to watch some videos on YouTube, see what everybody's doing, and then we'll see what happens. All right, you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you later. Bye.